Well, hello there. We're back again with our book, 8 class pets plus 1 squirrel divided by 1 dog equals chaos. Excitement is around us. It is around us. It's everywhere. Such chaos, such craziness. Animals everywhere. One big chase. It's a problem for Twitch. And now, problem for the other animals. Do you remember the other animals? I think we said we had 3 more to meet, which means that we have 5 to remember. First, we met Twitch. Second, we met Green Eggs and Hamster. Third, we met Lucy Cottontail. Fourth, we met Sweetie, the library rat. Fifth, we met Lenore. And today we're going to meet number 6, right? Or was there somebody else? Oh, we met the tetras, the neon tetras. Sorry, 6. So today we're going to meet another one. Let's see if we got it right. I'm looking at the table of contents. Okay, so it says Twitch, schoolyard squirrel, Green Eggs and Hamster, first grade hamster, Lucy Cottontail, second grade rabbit, Sweetie, the library rat, School of Neon Tetras, the third grade fish, Lenore, the fourth grade parrot, and we're going to meet another class pet today. Any guesses? What do you think it is? It starts with a T and it ends with a O. Did you say it? A turtle. It has a tiger U-R in it. T-U-R-T-L-E. Turtle. We are going to meet the art room turtle. Let's find that page. Now we know that all these animals are out, except for the neon fish are on a cart. They're swooshing and swooshing and swooshing, but the parrot just got let out of its cage by Sweetie the rat. I guess that's why Sweetie is named Sweetie, because he is sweet. And also, remember, he's really good with his hands. So the dog is really, really fixated. That means determined to get Twitch the squirrel. But all these other animals are part of the chase as well. So here we go with Nancy, art room turtle. Let's see, what is she saying or talking about? She says, "Call me Nancy." Isn't she cute? Look at that giant big shell. Turtles are so fascinating. Okay, let's read and find out. Sometimes people who come to visit Mrs. Hinkle's room get confused. They ask, is he a turtle or a tortoise? Mrs. Hinkle says, Nancy is a she, not a he, and she is a turtle. Mrs. Hinkle and we think there's a big difference between turtles and tortoises. We can't see how people get so confused. By the end of a year of art class, Mrs. Hinkle's students will never again be the kind of people who get confused about this. Never. They're going to know the difference between a turtle and a tortoise. I just noticed, and something I love about turtles is they have those teeny tiny little tails. All right. Tortoises live on dry land, but we turtles, we spend most of our time in the water. But sometimes we like to have dry land to crawl up on. My beautiful glass case has both, along with a nice heat lamp to keep me warm. Nice and warm and cozy. Oh, I'm sorry. I fell asleep there under that lamp that was keeping me nice and warm and cozy. Where was I? Oh, yes, I am a mud turtle, so I'll never grow bigger than 6 inches. This makes me the right size for Mrs. Hinkle to sometimes take me out of my glass case and set me on the table so the boys and girls can see me better. Don't poke at Nancy or try to pick her up, Mrs. Hinkle says. She's very shy. It's nice to have someone else around to explain that you're not unfriendly, just shy. That's true. Sometimes people that don't say much, we think maybe They're not very fun or very nice. But the truth of it is maybe they're just super shy and they just are too afraid to talk. Okay, let's see. Mrs. Hinkle teaches art. Even though I'm shy, I like that the children ask if I can come out of my cage so they can use me as a model. What is a model, you ask? Mrs. Hinkle gives me a piece of melon or lettuce to munch on so that I will stay still and not explore the table too much while the children draw my picture. That is a model. I like to have my picture drawn, but I also like to draw my own pictures. Sometimes Mrs. Hinkle pours food coloring onto a piece of foil and lets me walk through it. Then she sets down a piece of art paper and I walk onto that, leaving colored footprints with my little webbed feet. We don't put paint on a turtle's shell, Mrs. Hinkle says, but a little bit of food coloring won't hurt Nancy's feet. That way, Nancy gets to participate in art. One afternoon, after waking up from a nap and finding that all the children, and Mrs. Hinkle too, had left, I was admiring all the new pictures Mrs. Hinkle had hung up that day, pictures the children had drawn. The children had been very excited and had talked about the artist who would be visiting the next day, an artist who was going from school to judge pictures and give out prizes for the best pictures. I think the best pictures are the ones that have me, Nancy the Turtle, in them. But all of a sudden, there was a huge commotion in the hall, so I pulled myself into my shell in case there was danger. What do you think commotion means? Commotion means a lot of craziness, a lot of going on, a lot of busyness, a lot of action. Good thing, because the noise came into the classroom. A dog was barking, a parrot was squawking, a squirrel was shouting, "Help! Help! The nasty, smelly dog wants to eat me!" And a hamster, a rabbit, and a rat were yelling, "Run, Twitch, run!" The wheels of the cart the dog was pulling went squeak, squeal. And the fish in the tank on the cart were yelling in their tiny fish voices, "School, school, school." That's a lot of commotion. Even with my head tucked safely inside my shell, I could see well enough to tell that Twitch must be the squirrel, since the other animals were telling Twitch to run, and it was the squirrel who ran up onto one of the tables where Mrs. Hinkle keeps her art supplies. Whew, the dog jumped up there too. So much energy. It nearly wore me out to watch this. Twitch leaped off the table and over to the bookshelves, pulling himself up by art in Western civilization, and the dog could not follow because the rope that tied him to the leg of the cart wasn't long enough. The dog ran back and forth on the table, knocking over paints and brushes and a box of chalk. That dog wouldn't stay still. The paint was leaking and dripped off the edge of the table, making a big puddle on the floor. So there we go. Here's a picture. So there's Twitch, and there's the dog, and there's the turtle, the parrot Lenore, and there are the tetras, and there's that leash. It's wrapped around. You can see. Let's see what happens next. My case tipped. I pulled. Oh. I like the slow, thick way that paint dripped, dripped, dripped. Where was I? Oops, I think I dozed again, said the turtle. Oh, yes, I recognized Twitch, since sometimes I'd seen him look into the window of the classroom. Still, because I'm shy, I'd never spoken to him before. But now that he was in danger, I sure wanted to help. It's scary when someone wants to eat you. I called over. "Excuse me," the "Excuse me, Mr. Squirrel, sir?" This was very abrupt of me. Turtle manners call for long and slow and proper introductions, but this was an emergency. I said, "Do you have a hard shell you can escape into?" said Nancy the turtle. "Nope," Twitch said, springing from one bookcase to another. "I just have fur." "Fur is not nearly as useful as a hard shell," I thought. I asked, "Do you have a stink gland?" "Don't I wish?" Twitch bounded from the bookcase to Mrs. Hinkle's desk, to her chair, to the floor. What do you suppose a stink gland is? I think it must be something on the body that can cause a big stinky smell. But Twitch does not have a stink gland. But Nancy the turtle, is trying to help Twitch the best that she can. She knows about shells and she knows about stink glands, I guess. That must mean she has a stink gland. My goodness, I thought. Could he move fast? The dog could move fast too, but when he jumped off the art table, his fish tank cart swung around and knocked into my table. My case tipped. I pulled all the way into my shell again. My case teetered. I closed my eyes. My case tottered. Over the edge and onto the floor, my case went. My home, landing on its side. I rolled tightly out of my case. By the time I decided I was still alive, Twitch had already escaped into the hall. The dog, still attached to the cart, ran out of the room with the parrot flapping her wings at him, and the hamster, the rabbit, and the rat scurrying pretty fast too. The dog had left a trail of painted footprints from the table to the door. Wow, it was not very nice of that dog wanting to eat Twitch. But I do have to say, he was a very talented artist dog. Look at that painting he was making on the floor with his footprints. I decided to follow along and join in the chaos. So now we've got Nancy the art room turtle following along. Oh my gosh, this story is filled with chaos. So now we have, how many more? We have 2 more pets to meet to make the 8 class pets. So this is getting very, very interesting. We have read the side that has the most pages on it, this side. And this is the side we still have left to read. We've almost read through another whole book, which is amazing. Okay, well, we're going to stop from there, because it's time. And as much as we want to keep reading, we have to stop. We have seesaw activities to do and other things too. So, Ms. Cochran is going to give you her virtual hug and her love to all of you very, very much. Be good. Keep working hard. Listen to your parents. Listen to your grown-ups. Listen to your grandmas, your uncles, your aunts, your grandpas. Be kind to your siblings. Do your best. Show your best. Act your best. Give it your best. And remember, if you're feeling something, go and tell somebody. Or write it down. You can always draw a picture. If you're feeling something that doesn't feel comfortable, if you're feeling frustrated or one of those kinds of emotions that doesn't feel so comfortable to you, then go talk about it, get it out, write it down, draw a picture, go outside, take some belly breaths, do one of your mindful activities, do whatever you need to do to get back to an emotion that feels okay. All right, I am smart, I am kind, I am honest, I am silly, I am brave, I am loved. Very, very loved. Yes, you are. Have a great rest of the day.